Hi, I'm Max.
And I'm Skylar.
Recently, we decided to start watching Bob's Burgers to see what it was all about.
And it didn't take us long to become completely obsessed with the show.
But one of the things we love the most about the show is the brilliant end credit sequences.
Which is why we created this podcast.
Each week, we're going episode by episode to talk about the elaborate end credits.
We're excited to have you join us right here on Bob's Credits.
We'll make sure the Bob's Burgers end credits get the credit they're due.
All right!
Chip Chip-a-roo, fans of Mr. Branca's singing voice.
And his cover band, the Bleach Boys.
I'm a fan. I'm sold.
We are going to talk all about it.
I don't think they could legally cover the Beach Boys.
I was sitting there, my fingers crossed. We love the Beach Boys so much in this house. And I knew it wasn't going to happen. And obviously it didn't. But I still loved that moment so much.
I have some patrons to burger pun their names, but do you have any other business we have to take care of first?
I do have a little business news.
Oh.
Up on our Patreon. Just want to fill you in on what we have just released there. We have Wagstaff Trivia. Play Along Trivia was really, really fun. Excuse me. Wonder Wharf, not Wagstaff. And then we also, as I mentioned before, have the evolution of Branca. And we just released our second episode of our side character showdown. We are through a very scientific process, figuring out who is the ultimate Bob's Burgers side character. If you have any interest, we have free trials on both Apple subscriptions and patreon.com/bobscredits. So, no pressure. You can go check out our Patreon and see if you like it for free, which leads us to you, Max.
Actually, I think you said the evolution of Mr. Branca in that.
I
did. We have not done that yet.
We haven't?
I don't think so. We've talked about it.
Next.
I can't remember. If we did, I'll do it all over again. I don't care. I'll talk forever about Mr. Branca.
But
I think you meant the evolution of Miss LeBon's.
I did. I was trying to be succinct because I always feel a little bad when we have a lot of business to talk about because I want to get into the meat. And then I just completely messed it up. I also have to say, to extend this even longer, we will be watching the Bob's Burgers movie together for our watch party, which is our second tier. Anyway, keep going.
And just to add on to that business stuff, this episode is the 21st episode of season 9, so we've only got one more left. And I want to mention that after Skylar and I take hiatuses for the main podcast in between seasons, which we're going to do this time, especially because we're so busy doing so many other things in the Bob's Credits world, including, I'm not sure specifically when this is going up, but we have a new YouTube series coming out that I'm sure all of you will love called My Favorite Episode, where we'll have special guests come and join us. They'll pick their favorite Bob's Burgers episode, and we'll talk about it and decide through a specific criteria that Skylar and I and some of our patrons have decided on if that episode is a top tier Bob's Burgers episode. So be on the lookout for that. We'll be posting about it on social media once it comes out, and you can watch it on YouTube. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and it's really exciting because once we have enough of these under our belts, I think we'll kind of just get to decide through this cool process, what are the top 5 Bob's Burgers episodes. It's pretty cool.
It is time to burger pun 2 new patrons' names. First up, we have Beth Bell, who specifically told me not bell peppers.
Oh, I remember this email.
And she also asked that we could give Biscuit a snuggle for her. So if you want to go ahead, and he just jumped up with you, just give him a little snuggle for Beth. But Beth, moving forward, you will be known as the Sherbeth Jello Burger.
A dessert burger, a summertime dessert burger.
Yeah. These are both going to be dessert burgers, by the way.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. Joining you, Beth, or Sherbeth. By the way, did you say sherbet as a kid or sherbert?
Sherbert.
I did too. And I still to this day say sherbert. But everyone, mind blown, it's sherbet. There's no ER on the second half of that. It's sherbet.
That is not a word.
Rainbow sherbet.
That is not
Go
real.
Look it up. I promise you. It's going to blow your mind.
You mean the spelling?
The spelling. It's not sherbert.
Oh, my dyslexia brain it's doing that like meme with the math over it. Let's just move on.
Yeah.
You just broke my brain.
Joining you is Coral Hanover. Moving forward, you will be known as the Smorl Bananaver Burger.
Okay, yes to bananas and s'mores.
Yeah. I love
Yes.
both of these burgers, and I love the idea of a dessert burger. I want to follow up my normal burger with a dessert burger, and then I want to be sad because my stomach hurts. Thank you to the two of you.
We're so excited to have you.
Skylar told you all about Patreon before this, but again, when we do take little hiatuses, we're still posting stuff on Patreon, and we're still doing stuff elsewhere. So it's probably a good time for you to check in and try it out, see if it's something you like while we're kind of taking a break on the main feed here.
I'm sad. We're getting so close
Yeah.
to the end, but let's not get ahead of ourselves.
We're getting into the double-digit seasons of Bob's Burgers.
That's scary to me.
Very scary.
Wowzers.
Yeah, we're catching up.
When have I ever said wowzers in my life?
You just did. You're like a Scooby-Doo character.
All right. Well, Max, I'm ready for some Max pun or Bob pun.
Okay, this week we are doing pest control trucks.
Oh, I love these.
Are you ready for your first pun, Skylar?
Yes.
Crimes and mouse demeanors.
Okay, that was very good. Max.
Bob's.
Okay.
Your next pun is guns and rodents.
That's really good too. I can't imagine Bob's hasn't done that, but I just love that mind of yours, Max.
Yes. Your next pun is the Bugadook.
You're trying to trick me, Bob's.
Wow, yes. And your final pun is full yellow jacket.
Oh. Bob's.
Mac.
Oh.
Womp, womp, womp. Or wasp, wasp, wasp. What's the difference between a yellow jacket and a wasp? Same thing in my head. Got to Google sherbet and yellow jacket wasp after this.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Max and I were trying to figure out what the difference between the Netherlands and Holland and where it was like so embarrassing.
We are the two worst people for geography and also the worst example for the American education system.
But puns.
That's all I got.
We're a river full of puns.
A river full of puns.
What's the difference between a river and a stream?
A size?
A size?
That's what I'm going to go
A
with.
trickle? A babble?
Yeah.
All right. Max Miller, are you ready for Skylar Sides, the fun facts before the fun facts?
Dish it, girl.
I have a fun theory from Regular Size Rudy himself, Brian Husky, who voices Regular Size Rudy. Redundance there. Sorry about that. He recently was on, I believe it was an Instagram Live with the fellers over at North to Wharf. And I just popped in on the live and I got the coolest tidbit of a conversation and I wanted to share it with y'all to hear what you think too. So as one does, as we're discussing the later Bob's Burger seasons, particular season 14, we discuss a lot about the emotional breadth of the show, how it's growing, how it's maturing. And Brian Husky's theory is that as these writers who have been on the show for such a long time, as they start to have children and as their children start to age, the writing becomes more evolved too. And I'm just like, how have we never talked about that?
Makes sense. It makes sense. And that reminds me of your, I think it was Skylar Sides from last episode with the Molyneux sisters' favorite jokes and how like the age of their children influenced one of their favorite jokes.
Yes, exactly. Oh, if Biscuit could speak, all of his dialogue would make it into my books.
What are you talking about? We do Biscuit's voice all the time.
I know, but having a real life child, they say the darndest things, you know.
Biscuit's kind of sassy in our house.
Oh, he's very sassy.
Yeah.
Or just like
Biscuit,
very regular size Rudy. We do this new thing and when he wants something or we leave him, he goes, "Hello."
Hello. Hello.
Breaks our heart. He gets anything he wants. I also want to remind everybody of my theory. I think as the world started to drastically change in 2020, we had to bring the ethos to the forefront of writing, right? So in the mid-aughts, we were all about the anti-hero, Breaking Bad, Sopranos, all these really dark, twisted men and how madmen, how we sympathize with them. But the world has changed and we've gone through a lot collectively. And I really think that writing has had to match it. We don't want to sit and only watch the darkest of dark or the grossest of humor. Like we're looking for comfort. That's why, what was a breakout? Oh, Ted Lasso. Perfect timing.
Yeah, I agree. I think Ted Lasso came at the right time and did not leave at the right time.
Yeah.
Maybe wore out its welcome a little bit, but this is not a Ted Lasso podcast. But I agree with you. And, Skylar and I said time and time again on this podcast that we got into Bob's when we were all kind of in quarantine and staying at our homes. And so we were all struggling.
We literally needed a proverbial weighted blanket.
Yep. And Bob's was it.
Amen.
So it makes sense.
Shall we get into this episode?
We should. Skylar, can we have the title and synopsis for season 9, episode 21, please?
The title is P.T.A. It Ain't So. Did I say that right?
You sure did.
Okay.
Could have sung it.
You did enough singing in our Chipperoos in the first seasons to last us a lifetime.
Chipperoo singing era.
Yeah.
That gets us our bad reviews.
Yeah.
On Apple Podcasts.
The synopsis is, Linda is recruited by the Joanne from Wagstaff's P.T.A. But when Linda finds out she's skimming off the top of the P.T.A. pot, she joins forces with her nemesis, Colleen Caviello, to take JoJo down. Meanwhile, Bob makes a joke about Mr. Kim's of Kim & Son's lost bird. The kids help him try to make it up to him. There's also a pipe. A pipe involved for the kids. They get a toy pipe.
Yeah, it gets gross.
We'll get
into that. This episode came out on May 5th, 2019. It was written by Kelvin Yu and directed by Ian Hamilton. Tell me, Skylar.
It's this classic Bob's episode doing what Bob's does best. We have these very ordinary everyday stories. P.T.A. saying the wrong thing to a local business. Your kids playing with a pipe. It's really lovely, and it feels like it's been a very long time since we've had a Linda episode.
Yeah, it does feel that way. And I do love when Linda kind of goes off and does her own thing, and Bob's kind of got the kids.
Yeah.
And they go off and do something, and Teddy's involved. It's a great split up.
Yes. Linda can be annoying sometimes. I did not find her annoying in the slightest in this episode.
I know I didn't, because she's out annoyed, if that makes sense. There's more annoying parents in the P.T.A.
Yes. And you have a great villain. I love rooting against a villain.
I do too.
And I love Linda's moral code. She's not okay with stealing wine and candles. This is a great, great Linda episode.
I want to talk about the villain because we've got some voice actors here.
Okay, great.
First, let's start with the B story real quick. We get the voice of Mr. Kim and Danny Kim.
Okay.
Is a friend of the show, Keisuke Hoashi.
Keisuke!
You probably know best as Hawk from Hawk and Chick.
Yes.
And then we get the voices of Colleen Caviello is back. This is the first speaking appearance she's had since season 1, Spaghetti Western and Meatballs.
Her aura has lived on.
This is big. This is a big appearance for her. And she's loomed over the show for a very long time, and now she's back. She's now voiced by Jamie Moyer.
Okay.
Previously, Larry Murphy did the voice because it was a much smaller part in season 1.
We should do on Patreon Evolution of Colleen.
Yeah, definitely.
Her voice, even though I have no idea what Larry Murphy's take sounded like, it just sounded different to me. It was gruffer. somehow. I mean, it's great. I really enjoyed Colleen in this episode, and I just love her hoop earrings. And I kind of felt for her too, because she was really putting herself out there to be the treasure of the P.T.A. And I just felt so bad when like everyone raised their hand for Linda and she was the only one raising her hand for herself. Putting an unlikable character in like a underdog position always makes me love them.
Yeah, and it's like you said, like we're supposed to have, like, she's the villain typically. She's Linda's nemesis, but she's not. It's kind of like a little bait and switch.
I love it.
The real villain is Joanne.
Ugh.
And she is voiced by someone you and I love, who is a regular guest on the How Did This Get Made podcast, Jessica St. Clair.
Oh,
who
is she blonde?
Blonde, yeah. She's
so funny.
She does a lot of the Christmas episodes with them, and she's hilarious. But we last heard her as another Linda nemesis, Nancy, in Zero LARP 30 in season 7.
Oh, I love it. She's just the Linda nemesis. I love it.
Great voice. Great voice actor.
She played it really well too.
Yeah.
I hated Joanne by the time this was over.
Yeah, it's a very well done character and performance.
Yes, agreed. I also like when they go kind of dark. Like I was getting vibes of Helen from, is it called The House Trap, that episode?
Yeah.
It's like, did she kill her husband or didn't she? I like when they go a little darker.
Yeah, especially she's cooking the books.
She's cooking the books.
Skylar and I are in a Breaking Bad rewatch right now, so there's plenty of book cooking going on there. So it's a great time to be watching this episode.
Yes, I understand everything about money laundering.
You do?
Yes.
Okay.
All of it. I know where Holland is, and I know about cooking books.
My favorite cooking book is the Bob's Burgers cookbook.
Mine is The Sopranos.
Oh, that's a good one too.
Fan theory from someone on our Instagram. They believe that Large Tommy, who we discussed last week, is Joanne's son.
Oh, that's interesting.
I don't know why necessarily. I didn't have time to have them elaborate, but something to think about.
So he would be the son of Jojo and Bear, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I mean, I can't say definitely no, so it's a good theory.
I realize I did not have enough info to make this interesting, but
yeah,
I'll think on it.
You could pick any other character, like...
Not really, not Zeke, not...
Well, who's
Jocelyn,
the father
Tammy?
that is like Linda's friend in the P.T.A.?
I don't know, but I loved him.
Yeah, pretty sure it's David Herman doing that voice.
I loved him. He really cherished Linda's friendship, and he was really happy when she moved up in the ranks. The whole P.T.A. thing was giving me Big Little Lies.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is more like Little Lies.
Little Lies.
Yeah, not as high stakes, I'd say.
What? She's cooking the books.
There's no murder.
This is a felony.
There's no murder.
There's no murder. Okay.
Little Big Lies.
Little Big Lies. We call Biscuit Little Big. Okay.
Hello?
Hello? Me? I am curious for the moms, dads, or parents listening. Do you have some P.T.A. drama? I want to know. I don't think I could deal with it. I think I would snap. I'd be like, who cares how the table looks, Shannon?
Yeah, I just want the hot goss without having to be involved in it myself.
Yeah,
but
just
I loved,
in and
hearing,
out.
Like, if there's just all sorts of drama going on in the P.T.A., tell me all about it.
Tell us. Because there's lots of dog mom and drama.
Oh, yeah.
On the block, if you want to hear it.
When we used to go to the dog parks, we would...
Oh my God, so much drama.
So much drama. Anything else you want to say about
I do want to say something about drama at the dog park.
Oh, okay.
One time Biscuit made a dog mom cry. She was literally crying. I felt so bad. Do you remember this?
Was it when he was humping a lot?
Yeah.
Whoops.
He would not stop humping this girl's dog, which is like fine, but every other dog was humping her dog, and she just felt so overwhelmed for her baby. I did the right thing. I took Biscuit out of the park, but she was just left there with all the other dogs humping her dog. Oh, anywho.
Hopefully that dog's recovered.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
We've stopped going to the dog park. It's just too much.
Biscuit has too much anxiety for that. Yeah.
So anything else you want to say about the A story?
No, I don't think so. Oh, Mr. Branca and the Bleach Boys.
Ah!
Yes. What a way to end it. I'm glad Linda's idea got picked just because I'm sure it made Mr. Branca's life to get to play with his band there.
But this is another example of phenomenal continuity. They could have created the Bleach Boys with Mr. Branca just for this episode, but this throwaway line about being in the Bleach Boys was planted seasons ago.
Yeah, I think so.
It's really fantastic. Love her theme. Love Colleen in the shark outfit and the whole conversation. Bob's like, Lynn thought it would be more shocking if she was in a shark costume, and then Lynn's friend is like, it was.
Was this wasn't pre Katy Perry shark, was it? I don't think it was. I think it was after.
I think it was after.
Yeah, but that costume looks just like the Katy Perry shark.
Yeah. What did they call it? The dancing shark or something?
Left shark?
Left shark.
Yeah. And that was before Baby Shark.
Oh my goodness. Did you see about the sharks high on cocaine yesterday?
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
Can't wait for the movie.
Can't wait. Not Cocaine Bear.
No.
That's so last year.
Well, yeah, you got to one-up it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it's like next year or 2 years from now, it'll be Cocaine Twister. Just like tornadoes, it's all cocaine. Everyone's just going crazy from inhaling
Or maybe Cocaine Twizzlers.
Ooh.
You're into it.
I'm not saying no. I mean, we're going to do that one weekend. What a blast. Okay, B story, this hardware store, the pipe, and the lost bird.
And Teddy's connection. This is Teddy's in. Teddy brought Bob into this world, and Bob screwed it up for him.
Teddy gave birth to Bob.
He might.
He wishes.
Yeah. He wishes. One thing I realized is that I really, really enjoyed about this B story is I love Teddy. I will defend him to the death. So it was so refreshing that Bob was the nuisance here. Bob's the one that messed up this relationship, not Teddy.
Yeah, it's Bob talking too much for once. Yeah, it's a great flip-flop. And I love that the kids want that piece of like PVC pipe and they're willing to forgo their future birthday presents for it.
Yes. And just to remind everyone, Louise squeezes the ketchup down the tube. That's what I've been trying to say. Not pipe, although it is a pipe. And they have this whole conversation and the joke pays off when the ketchup finally hits his mouth. It's so good.
It's so good. It's an entire scene. The ketchup goes in at the beginning, at the very end.
Yeah, you've forgotten about the ketchup.
She does his little like,
I love that. Oh, we need to talk about the Lost Bird poster. Remind everyone.
No, you tell me, because I don't remember.
You don't? Well, it's going to pay off in the credits.
That's true, and it also pays off in the... Oh yeah, it does pay off in the credits, so... I was just thinking about the burger Bob makes to try and make up for the lost bird.
It is really funny.
The burger, if you will.
The burger. Maybe we should make that on TikTok.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah. This Lost poster, it's a great reveal because we don't see the poster, but Bob says, why does the parakeet have... Is it a parrot or a parakeet? What's the difference between a parrot and a parakeet?
A parakeet is smaller?
That's what she said about the stream.
It's my go-to for everything. Between the differences.
What's the difference between Holland and the Netherlands?
Holland's smaller.
I think that's right, though. Okay, so we haven't seen the poster, and Bob's like, why is it wearing a top hat and rollerblades? And then we see it, and I think it's Tina or Louise. They're like, have you never made a Lost poster before? And he's like, what's with the fart? And Tina's like, to propel him.
So good. Yeah, that's going to pay off in the end credits for sure. Spoiler alert. Let me just ask you about this disgusting pipe.
Okay.
That this man who brings in a pigeon
wants
to take with him. Why?
I think there's some people that if you say free, they say yes, please.
I can think of someone in our life, but
We can't say it on the pod.
nope.
You can DM us. We'll tell you.
Not you, Biscuit. Don't worry.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Can I have a free treat?
Free pipe, please. I don't know why. Now he's become like Mr. Branca. Hello, I'm Mr. Branca.
He'd be honored.
Anything else about this episode, or should we get into these end credits?
No, let's go.
Okay. The last moment before the end credits is Teddy and Bob have both arrived at the hardware store, new birds in hand that they're going to give to Mr. Kim.
Well, I'm gonna give him my bird first.
Not if I beat you to it.
No, pushing, Teddy. Did he already get a new bird?
Looks like it. You leave the birds. Let's go.
We got your birds.
Now you have 3 birds.
You're welcome.
We love your store.
What's happening, Skylar, as we get in these end credits?
We have this very Beach Boys-esque music.
I would argue that it's not Beach Boys-esque, to be honest.
Okay, what is it?
I think it's more like Dick Dale surf rock.
Yes, surf rock.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like if you put on a 70s surf music movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, an American 70s surf movie, for sure. And then you have Mr. Branca in his outfit with his sailor cap, playing the guitar in the window.
Yeah, kind of like, I guess we just watched the Beach Boys documentary on Disney Plus, and I feel like Mike Love was the one that wore the like...
Oh, really?
Yeah, the like nautical sailor cap. Kind of.
You know what? I'm down. It's like Yacht Linda. I'm down for a yachty moment.
Okay, I'll start wearing one of those.
I'm the captain now.
Yeah. That's what we have going on right now.
That's true.
It's a good response.
Thanks.
Good response. Okay, so we get Linda, who makes her appearance just normally.
I think I'm going to have to take my headphones off. I saw something flip in the window, and it wasn't the burger. So I think Mr. Branca did something. Did you see that?
No.
Should I scoot up there and look?
Yeah.
Ugh. How dare I have to stand?
Well, you got to take your headphones off. You got to go over to the screen. It's a whole thing. Okay, Skylar is over looking at the screen as I'm playing it back right now. Did you see it? What was it? Oh, wait, she's not in front of the microphone yet. Vamp, Max, vamp. No, I love sitting here.
What have you learned about not singing?
You're right. Good points. Why is it my go-to is to sing?
I don't know.
And also that kind of song, too.
I don't know. I don't know. You could talk about Tua?
Yeah, but that's going to be so old by the time this goes up. No, actually, it comes up this weekend. She's still around. She's
extending it.
Yeah. I
like
actually enjoy her content. I think she's very funny.
I think she's very funny and sweet. She has a good story.
Yeah.
But I always like to mention pop culture stuff because it goes so fast these days that our podcast is like a little time capsule. I love that.
Yeah.
So from far away, it looked like something flipped in the air, but it was just his hand coming up and strumming.
Oh, got it.
But what I did get to see when I had my face pressed to the screen is his glorious unbuttoned shirt and his chest hair coming out. You cannot see that from back here, ladies.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice. I was just looking at your necklace, by the way, and it looks just like the P.T.A. necklace from here.
Honestly, rude.
In this episode.
Honestly, rude.
So after Linda comes and gets the burger in the window, we get Colleen Caviello in the window in her shark costume, but with the head off.
Yes, and her blonde hair and her hoops. This is giving Left Shark. I'm glad you mentioned that.
You're welcome.
It's not particularly funny.
The shark? Or the end credits, or we'll get into that?
Her movement.
Yeah, until she's going to do like a cartwheel, I believe.
Yeah.
I figured I'd just let it play. Yeah, she does like a cartwheel back across to the other side. And then, as we mentioned, the spoiler at the very end, right behind, in the kitchen behind Bob, Louise, and Tina, we get that bird with the top hat on the roller skates and farting.
Okay, no. You
No.
are underselling this bird.
Okay, sorry. You sell it.
The fart propels the bird just like the children said it would.
Yeah.
And that's important.
True. And then Gene makes his normal appearance. He doesn't seem to care much about the fart propelled bird.
He's seen it. He invented it.
Yeah, that's
been
right.
there, done that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's kind of over it. And then we get Mr. Branca singing at the very end.
Which is from the episode, I believe.
Yes.
Yes.
Not the best. He doesn't have a Beach Boys voice. Let me say.
I love the Beach Boys.
His harmonies are probably not as good as the Beach Boys.
I do get sad that the Beach Boys and the Beatles were like pit against each other so much.
Although it maybe gave us some of the best music ever because of that competition.
Yes, we learned that in the doc. It's like they kept having to rise to the occasion.
Yeah.
Anyway. What are you thinking about these credits?
They're fine, is what I'm going to say before we score them. I like a little surf rock. I don't think there's anything particularly amazing about the music in this.
It's such a bummer because I have so much respect when they create new music. And this was a great idea to do surf rock, and it was executed to perfection.
I also think
let me just finish this thought.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. Let you talk on the podcast.
No, I'm long-winded, so I get it. But I was craving melodic Beach Boys.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. Like, I really would have loved. First of all, I think for a musician, surf rock is probably so fun to play, so they're probably having a blast doing it.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you could have done a Beach Boys parody of some sort, it would have been so fun.
They all could be surfing in the everybody surfing now.
Oh, you're just doing
everybody's surfing
mashup?
P.T.A. I'm trying to get.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Surfing P.T.A. Got it.
Yeah.
Bob only knows.
Oh, kill me. Oh my God. Serenade me, Bob.
Yeah, love the fart propelled bird. Come on.
That's the highlight.
Nice little touch. These credits kind of remind me of older versions of the credits.
Yeah,
just kind of like something from the episode playing over the end credits, and the main characters are doing their normal thing while stuff is going on around them from the episode.
Yeah. You know, when one of the reasons we're so excited about this new kind of YouTube podcast called My Favorite Episode that we're doing is we're going to get guests on, and we're definitely going to get people from Bob's. I cannot wait to ask someone, is there ever a week when you are too slammed and you've run out of time and the studio gave you 17 million notes and the clock's ticking that you have to forgo your grandized version of the credits?
Yeah, I assume that it must happen all the time.
I'm not saying that these are them.
No, yeah.
I'm just saying it's
there probably is
a business.
Yeah, a time crunch probably. Time and money probably play a role.
Money, yep.
At a certain point. So yeah, I'll be curious to hear about that as well. Should we score them?
Yes, I'm gonna tell you Branca at the end and the bird. I love that bird more than I should.
Yes.
I'm just telling you,
yeah,
it's gonna play a role.
They save the credits a bit.
Yeah.
We score on a scale of 1 to 10 H's at the end of Tina's
I bet mine's going to be higher than yours, so I'm going to let you go first.
I'm going to give it a 6.25.
Cool. I give it a 6.5.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Again, fine. Love the surf rock. Not my favorite. Branca and the bird coming in to like pull up the numbers a little bit for me.
I wish Branca was in the front.
Yeah.
I can't see him enough.
Yeah. And I feel the same way. Like, Colleen looks like she's doing some pretty funny stuff, but I can't make out what she's doing when she's going by, like what her dance moves are.
She does this thing with her arms, and I'm like, why did we choose that dance move? I'm just like a little confused. And I know I'm overthinking it, but should she have been doing some classic, like, what is this called? What is this? The swimming 70s
Yeah, that's it. Yes, if you Google that, I think
The
that's
dance.
what's the swimming 70s.
Yeah. To match the music. I don't know. I was just like a little confused.
Yeah, and again, hopefully we'll get answers for that pretty soon over on the YouTube show.
Yeah.
But those were the end credits to P.T.A. And, wow, that is hard to say. P.T.A. It Ain't So.
Very well done.
Thank you, everyone, for listening. We told you what to... Oh, go follow us on Instagram and TikTok. TikTok is blowing up. You're missing out if you're not over there. We're Bob's Credits everywhere.
Yes.
Just go follow us. Anything else you want to say to everyone before we get out of here?
I'm just going to say, stay breezy.
Not 70s. What was it? Swimmy?
Move.
What, swim
70s swim move.
Swim move. Hello?
Hello.
Hello? Biscuit.